Hello. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. So, I bet you're wondering, hey, what are you reviewing? Well, title says it all. We're gonna take a look at some different stuff this time around. So I changed it up just for a little bit. So, we are going to be looking at another one of my favorite types of shows that have toys and all that fun stuff. It's like dust, whatever I'm going to show off. So we're going to be taking a look at some Super Sentai items. And if you guys don't know what Super Sentai is, it's basically the Japanese equivalent of Power Rangers. Pretty much inspired the Power Rangers. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the stuff today. So, just very slow what I have. So here we have the Lupinranger versus Patranger VS Changer. This is pretty much their morpher of that season. Lupinranger versus Patranger is probably one of my favorite seasons. It's not my all-time favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorite seasons. Because it's unique. It's two Sentais versus each other. Yeah, here is their changer, and I'm going to say this right now. I only have stuff for the Lupinrangers. I don't have any of the Patranger stuff. One day I will get some Patranger stuff. Anyways, here is the VS changer for both teams. And we'll take a look at this side with almost no color. Your on switches right here. And before we do any of these noises, we're gonna take a look at this is my copy of the Red Dial Fighter. I have two, because I'll explain why in a bit. So here is the Red Dial Fighter with the Lupinranger symbol right there for a V. The Patrangers is the S with a police badge. Yeah, mine is very dusty. Yeah, here is the Red Dial Fighter. You got some black paint right up here. Some metallic blue paint right here. A little bit of, I think, highlighter green. You got red right here. As you can see, the dial kind of looks like a top hat. And some orange, some black, and again, the Lupinranger symbol right here. And yeah, there's the top. There is the bottom. I'll explain what these do here in a bit. And you can turn the dial. And if you turn it just right on this, you get the Megazord's face right in here. Yeah, the dial can turn. And yeah. So this is the Red Dial Fighter. Next, I guess I should say the Ranger's name. This is for Lupin Red. Next, we're going to take a look at Lupin Blue's Dial Fighter, the Blue Dial Fighter. The propeller plane, you got silver for the propeller right here. Doesn't really spin that freely. I guess it kind of does. Got highlighted green for the cockpit, yellow for the dial right there, black and orange on the wings. Again, Lupinranger symbol. Here's a Gatling gun for the tail. There is the top. There is the bottom, visible hand syndrome. But yeah. And again, the dial can turn, and that's what that does. Yeah. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the third member's dial fighter, Lupin Yellow. And here is her dial fighter. You got some nice red paint right, some nice metallic red. Red for the load spots right there. Orange for the propellers. The Lupinranger symbol right there. Hers has a chainsaw for the end. There is the top. There is the bottom. Once again, you can turn the dial, and it'll just release that. And yeah, this is Lupin Yellow's Dial Fighter. up next, we're going to be looking at an item that both the Lupin and the Patrangers use. Because as you can see, there's only, as you saw, head, 2 arms. Where's the rest of the body? Well, this right here is the rest of the body. This is Good Striker. Right now I have him in this Lupinranger mode. Take a look at some of the details. You got some nice detailing right up front. The face of Good Striker. He may not look like it, but this is a good guy. So, I got some orange right here. Got some metallic paint right up here for the cockpit, even though no one drives this. You got the Lupinranger symbol right here. Got some red paint right here, the dial. And here's the bottom of it. So this is what the Patranger symbols look like. It's an S inside a badge. And yeah, here's pretty much the legs. I guess these need to be folded down. Oh no, wait. This just folds up. Oh no, that's right. I'm right. So yeah, keep these down. Yeah, here's the bottom. And he rolls because he has 8 rolling wheels. Yeah, that's right. And if you guys want to see his Patranger mode, all you gotta do is just flip out the wings, fold it in the nose cone, and there is Good Striker in his Patranger mode. And yeah, you got a trigger right here. The Patrangers have trigger machines. You can hold them like that or whatever. And Good Striker does make some noise, so if you turn a dial, you get that noise. You pull the trigger for this moment. He's in Patranger mode. Gotta fight for justice. Lupin, he's feeling good. So you have the wings up like this. He'll be in Patranger mode. Gonna bring the wings down. Gonna put it back in Lupinranger mode. Gotta steal the victory. And yeah, and the trigger does work. And yeah, also, as Emga would say, Sir Pac-Man is forever engraved on Good Striker. So yeah, we're gonna put Good Striker off to the side for now. And we're gonna bring back the VS changer. And zoom out for a little bit. So here's the VS changer. We're going to turn it on. And yeah. You can see the light right there shows the Patrangers. And then this side will show the Lupinrangers. So we're going to make some noise. So we're going to grab, or I'm going to grab the cleaner red dial fighter. We're going to slide it in. And when you want to release it, you just press this button. As you can see. So we're gonna just bring this in, slide it up. You get some standby music. Let's turn the dial. Then you're going to pull on this red piece right here. Lift it up. And then you just press the trigger. And now you become Lupin Red. And you can make some shooting noises. But if we do this again, you have summoned the red Dio Fighter for combination time, or just fight. So now we're going to take a look at blue. So again, to release, just press this button right up here. Because if you don't, you're going to risk breaking something, and that's not going to be fun. You don't want to break it. So next we have the blue Dio Fighter. Oop, as I miss. Turn his dial. You have now become Lupin Blue. And we'll do this again. Now Lupin Blue is ready to fight giant monsters. Alright, and last but not least, well, for the Dio Fighters at least, we're going to take a look, listen to Lupin Yellow. If I could aim. Just bring us up. And now you become Lupin Yellow. So all the blast effects are going to be the same. So now we'll do it one more time. And now Lupin Yellow is ready to fight. So if you had any of the trigger machines from the Patrangers, you'd be going to the down position instead of the up. And make sure you press this in order to activate it, because it is locked otherwise. So now, we're going to bring in Good Striker and see what noises he makes in the VS Changer. He is quite heavy on this. Yeah, he is quite heavy on this. So, we're just going to bring this up. That's the final attack with Lupinrangers having Good Striker. And we're going to do this again. So now Good Striker is ready for combination, but we're not going to stop there yet with Good Striker. So we're going to take him off. And moving that to the side, we're going to put him back into his Patranger mode. Bring all this up. I'm sure he's in Lupin right. So we're going to have him in Patranger mode. So we're going to put this in again. That was weird. Let's try it again. Try that again. There we go. So now this trigger right here is going to activate this. And that's the noise for the Patranger's final attack with Good Striker. And pretty much Patran, Ichigo, Nigo, and Sango are merged. Don't ask. So we're going to take Good Striker off. And we're going to put the VS changer off to the side. And turn it off. So now, we're going to get down to combining the Dial Fighters with Good Striker. So you're going to want to leave the nose cone and the wings up. For this transformation, you're going to want to bring this down. Just like that. Excuse me. You're then going to press the cockpit down right here. To slide down the legs. You're going to bring them out. You're going to unpeg and bring them out. The only click they have. And he's ready for combination. So with the red Dial Fighter, you're going to want to bring up the wings. And we're going to bring back Good Striker. We're also going to bring out this post. And it's going to plug in right here. Just like that. We're going to leave that alone for now. We're going to come to... Actually, no. We're going to bring the head down. Bring this down all the way. Rotate. And there's Lupin, the Lupinranger's head. So next we're going to come to the blue Dial Fighter. We're going to bring these wings down, which are kind of snug. And just going to open up his dial. Bring that out. We're going to rotate it. And blue is going to be on this side. We're going to bring in yellow. Bring that out. I'm going to bring these down. I'm going to want to rotate this way, where you have the elbow. And you're going to plug it in right here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Lupin Kaiser. So we'll try... Okay. I'm just going to show the head off from here. If I can. So there is the head sculpt of Lupin Kaiser. Got some gold for the eyes, some silver for the face. Got some silver right up there. And we'll bring it back. And yeah, this is a big hunk of brick, as Power Ranger Super Sentai toys tend to be. Got some red right here, some reds right here. So if you want Pat Kaiser mode, he's Pat Kaiser. But yeah, articulation, forget about it. Both arms can do a full 360. They cannot move in and out. You got an above the elbow swivel, and you just got elbow bend on both hands. And for blue side, you can do that for reasons that was never explained in the show. But yeah, just for a little comparison, here he is next to a... Who do I want to grab? I want to grab a good guy. See, tips over. Screw it. I'll grab one of my favorites. Here he is next to a modern Transformer. So Lupinranger versus Patranger came out like 2017, so... Yeah, Lupin Kaiser's pretty big. He's a big guy. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for some of the Lupinranger versus Patranger stuff I have. I do have the Extra Rangers Morpher / Mech, but I didn't feel like grabbing him, so I can review him I can review that some other time. And I'm one day hoping to get maybe another good striker with this time the Patranger stuff. And yeah, this has been my look at something else, something different for you guys. Hopefully you guys like this little tiny change. Not gonna happen that often, but yeah, decided to do something a little different. Take one video Transformer break. But yeah, this has been my look at some Lupinranger versus Patranger stuff. And until next time, bye-bye.